What's up, winners? Let me get my notes. Man, I literally have been working all day, and we took like a quick break to go to like Jamba Juice, and that took longer than I expected because we actually got something to eat too, and that's why I'm a little late. Let me share. That was a little strawberry. What's up, B? Let me invite some winners in the building. I probably will be sharing this to YouTube as well. So if anyone on here is watching the replay on YouTube, please feel free to put your questions in the comments. I just want you guys that are watching on YouTube to know that these are videos that I do for my team. And then I share a little bit on my YouTube page because I get a lot of consultants that ask me questions. And I do my best to help everyone if I can without having to, overwhelm myself. What is up, B? What's up, Vicky? What's up, Miss Finley? I don't think I've ever learned how to properly pronounce your name. And what's up, Kenneth? Okay, let me open up my my messages, and because I sent it to myself because I sent it from my phone. So happy Wednesday! It's a win-win-win. Hey, it's a win-win-win. Hey, all right. Excuse me. So listen, I always tell you guys. Well, if I don't, I do believe I do. But anyway, I'm gonna reiterate. So if you, and I hope that let me know if you guys can hear me well, because I have the AC on, but I have it going to my feet, but I feel like it's a little air still coming through the vent up here, so let me know if you guys can hear me. If you can't, then I'm going to have to like turn it down and roll down the windows, which I don't want to do because it's like 82 degrees right now. And yeah, it's still kind of warm out here. So let me know if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, let me know. What's up, Pam? Let me know if you guys can hear me, okay? And then if you can hear me, then it's all to the good. But this is the thing. So I did have a conversation with a multi-millionaire. Okay, cool, awesome. I had a conversation with a multi-millionaire. And the thing is, I have followed her, which I'm not going to say any names because it really isn't related to paparazzi. But I followed her for years and years prior to her even being a millionaire and being as big as she is. And I've also been taking classes with another like millionaire. And a lot of the information is kind of the same. And I just want to share with you guys because y'all know this girl right here, yeah, we're going to be a millionaire, okay? I'm just letting y'all know. Just so y'all know, I'm giving y'all a heads up, okay? Just so you know, it's happening. And when you know that, just like in this business, I knew that I was gonna, like, once I caught the vision and once I understood, I knew that I was gonna be elite. I knew that I would get to, at first it was kind of like, oh my God, is this really happening? Like, wait, like it seems kind of like surreal, but at the same time, that's what I wanted and that's what I planned for and that's what I spoke into existence. You know what I'm saying? So even the sales, when it comes to the sales, right? It was like, I want, $500 a week or $500 a live. Then it got to the point like, okay, I want 10, well, what was I say, 500? 1,000 a live. Then 1,500 a live. Then 2,000. You get what I'm saying? Like I literally wrote the vision and made it plain. But knowing that that's what I wanted, my thing was like, thank you, Daisy. Okay, cool. What's up, Miss Jallo? Okay, what's up, Angela and Tequila? Hey, thank you, girl. What's up, Aurelia? So I probably won't address anyone else as they're coming on. So if you guys are here and I can't see you, please forgive me. But also, I almost forgot to say, make sure that you tag your business partners in or anyone that you know in this business or that you see on our team page all the time. Just at and then tag their name in so they don't miss it. Because a lot of times we are not successful because we fail to utilize the information that we get. And a lot of times information could help us to, overcome certain obstacles or help us to get past a certain, like maybe you're at a page in your life where it's like a little discouraging or, you're trying to get sales or just, you need certain information and that information is going forth and you're not present. And so you kind of miss out on that. So you're kind of going through stuff that maybe you wouldn't have to go through had you listened to the information, right? So I want to make sure that everyone's listening, and I know that people have different schedules. So if you're not catching the video live, and you're watching the replay, then go ahead and hashtag replay. Let me know that you're getting this information. All right. So anyway, so back to what I was saying. So I knew that I wanted to make a certain amount of money, right? And then I would see people that were really like killing it in this business, right? First, I saw people that were making loads of money, and it seemed to be that it was like a lot of commission based, earnings. And so even though I knew that that is, my future, and that's where I will be, and that's where I'm expecting to go, I also knew that I didn't want to just be successful in this business based on commissions, from my team. I wanted to make sure that I was working my business and that my sales were what I wanted my sales to be. You understand what I'm saying? And I wanted my sales to be at a certain point so that I can also show my team how to make the sales that I desire to make and to grow in, right? So that I can pass on the success to my team, right? Like the wealth transfer, right? And so what I started to do was I literally watched I watched a lot of videos in the very beginning, y'all. Now, it's a little harder for me to watch a lot of the basic videos, because some videos I have, moved past to a certain point, but I'm always, learning about the business, or always looking to improve, and always, marking a person that may have something that I want, or maybe working this business in a way that I desire to work it. So then I, make time to kind of watch those trainings and learn different things from them. So anyway, let me back up because I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So after I started seeing a lot of people that were making it really big with commissions in this business, I started looking at people that were making it big in sales, right? Because I'm not going to say, of course, not everyone can just, start this business and then have like 80,000 people or 90,000 people, or because I've seen some of our uplines, like Taronica, I think she has like 80,000. And I think, I forget how many Christy has, but it's like thousands and thousands. So not everyone has that testimony, right? So my thing was, I want to look at the people that are making the big money in sales, and I want to see what they are doing, and I want to learn from them. And I did not hop in people's inboxes, right? Because people are busy. They're working their businesses. They have families. They have a lot going on in their life. So my first thought was not, let me hop in their inbox and let me ask them some information about how they're doing this, because first and foremost, they don't even know me, right? So I'm not saying that some people don't do that, and I'm not saying that sometimes I don't answer people in my inbox, but it's like we do have to do the work. We do have to do the research, right? We do have to not be so quick to hop in people's inbox and like, how you do that and how you get there. Well, watch them. If they have any training videos, watch some of their training videos, right? So anyway, I said all that to say that I saw what I wanted in certain people, and I began to study what they were doing and to apply it in my own way, right? Adding my own flavor, not being like a copycat or not being a exact replica of them. And so when I say that, that's why I'm saying that I had a conversation with this multimillionaire person. Not to mention, I follow her for a long time, and she knows of me, like we know each other, but she literally said, hey, if you ever need to talk or you ever have any questions, hit me up. And so I called her up. I was like, you said to call you if I ever needed you, because we kind of lost touch. But then, she saw me doing a whole lot of different things, and she was like, hit me up if you ever need me. So I called her and I said, what tips do you have? And this is another thing. When you know that it's somewhere that you want to be, you can't be around people that's not doing nothing. You can't be around a whole bunch of people that are in the same spot that you're in. And I'm not saying that you can't have a support system. And I'm not saying, old girl that joined a business with you and y'all kind of working it together and supporting one another and feeding off of each other and giving each other ideas. I'm not saying that you can't do that. But what I'm saying is you got to surround yourself with people that are doing better than you also. Because if you don't surround yourself with people that are doing better than you also, then you're like, if you're never exposed to something better, how do you know how to get to that better, right? If all you, like, I remember when I was, when I wasn't quite in college yet. Well, I did, but then I dropped out, and then I should write a book, but dropped out, all that kind of stuff. Ended up going back to college. Now, my family, no one in my family had graduated from college. I had a lot of people in my family that were welfare recipients for a long time, including me. Hello, I was with my first daughter. I was a single mother, and so this is what I was exposed to, and I saw people do that till their kids got older. You understand what I'm saying? Not every single person, but there were a lot of people. So I decided, for me, I need more than that in my life. I desire more. And as I started, and as I went to college and started to get exposed to different people, like I remember meeting a young lady that was like 28 and had like a wedding dress business, and she was making $8,000 and $9,000 per dress. In my mind, and then hearing all of my professor stories and all these different things, that exposed me to so much more. And it allowed me to dream bigger. It made me think way different. It allowed me to think outside of the box. Now, some people don't necessarily have to be exposed to that to want better. But one thing's for sure is when you are exposed to something different than what you're used to, you have a different desire. Like your appetite becomes a little bit different. Okay. So if all you are doing is on the phone or staying just going back and forth and just staying connected to people that's on the same level as you, how you gonna grow? You gotta get information and that's why I try my best to, well, I don't even like to say try. That is why I get on here and do these trainings, because I am the leader of this team. I'm the one that has the highest rank. But my upline is higher than I am. And there's so many others in this business that are higher. There's so many others in this business that even make more money in sales than I do. So I'm constantly looking for ways to improve. I'm constantly looking for ways to learn and be teachable, because listen, excuse me. If you are not teachable, you are going to just like, you're going to be a hindrance to yourself, because what good is it if somebody giving you information and you don't want to apply it because you got an arrogant attitude like, oh, I know. Because I've actually talked to people, and I'm going to get into the nuggets, but I got to lay some foundation. But I've actually talked to people where they're like, well, what do you do? And how should I do this? And how should I do that? Right? And I tell them, well, you should do this. And they're like, oh, well, I'm already doing this. And I'm like, okay, well, you should try this. Oh, well, I do this, but the reason just hush. Because obviously you're reaching out, and I ain't trying to step on no toes, but if it's you, just take it, swallow, chew, or chew, swallow, let it go down, and then do something different. Okay. But it's like, if you knew it all, and not just, I'm just saying, if someone, let's say that, if someone knows it all and they have all the information, then why are you not doing better than what you're doing? So obviously, if you're reaching out to people and you want information on how to do better, put yourself around the people that are doing better. Thanks, JoJo. Put yourself around the people that are doing better. Now, guess what? If they're not accessible, like you maybe how I am when I'm on here doing lives and stuff like that, or maybe it's even someone that's making more sales than me, or whatever the case may be, whatever, just get the information that you need and soak it in and apply it, right? And if you cannot, just hop in their inbox, which I don't even recommend just hopping in people's inbox. Like, do the research first, because first and foremost, what makes you think that, like, why should people just stop everything that they're doing and everything they have going on just to answer a question that somebody probably could have got from Google or probably could have got from watching their videos? Because literally, I'm gonna be honest, I got a few questions about the system that I use on my live, but I'm like, if they would have just like watched my live a little bit longer, I talked about the system. So why should I stop when you're being lazy to get the information that I just gave out? You understand what I'm saying? So we have to take that mindset and just like research stuff. Look it out. Search it out. If you see someone that's in a place where you want to be, watch them. Look at them on social media. Look at them on Instagram. Look at them on Facebook. Watch their lives. If they have a VIP group, get in their VIP group. It's just certain things you got to do. So that falls in line with what the millionaires were saying about surround yourself with people that are where you want to be, because it's like this is my thing. For instance, if I want to have a long-lasting marriage, let's just use my marriage as an example, right? And I've been married like 20 years now, okay? And so if I want to have a long-lasting marriage, I am not gonna go to a bunch of people that had messed up marriages. I'm not doing it, because the only thing that you can tell me about having a successful marriage is what you did that didn't work, what caused it not to work for you, so that I can avoid that. But you can't tell me how to have a successful business. So if you see somebody that's maybe at your level, or that's maybe not even at your level, how can you get counsel from those people if that's not even where you're trying to go? Now, I'm not saying people don't have good information and people can't share stuff with you that can help you. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, our goal is to constantly improve and constantly grow. So this is why I even called her in the first place. And I said, so what do you recommend? Like what can you tell me? And I'm going to try to kind of like make it correlate to Paparazzi. She said, and I just told her that I watched her throughout the years and I saw her grow and and become a multimillionaire and all that. She said, first and foremost, you have to invest in yourself. And she said, when investing in yourself, meaning your business, she said that you have every dime you make, you have to put it back into your business. She said that there's going to be it's going to be a while before you can get the return on that investment. Now, one thing I do know is, being in the industry that she's in, it is a little bit different than us in Paparazzi, because one thing I know from my experience of being in Paparazzi is, we can actually get a quicker return on investment, because all we're putting out is $275 for the pieces, and we can turn around and flip it and get 45%. So that's actually excellent. If you're continuing to work your business and flipping, it's like the more you buy, the more you flip, and you make more money, and you can make it at an accelerated pace if you choose to. But it's still the same principle nonetheless. You have to invest. And here's the thing. If you are not willing to invest in yourself and your business, then you really don't want it, and you really don't appreciate it, and it really doesn't mean that much to you. Just straight up, straight down, like cutthroat, just straight, like eye to eye, like I'm just being real. Because a lot of times people will say, and I'm mixing it into we just putting the lime in the coconut and mixing it all up, okay? So the thing about it is, like, a lot of times I know that there are things that you can, like, there's a kit earning party that you can do. Ask me, have I ever done a kit earning party? Absolutely not. You know why? Because I am not, and this is just my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. I'm just talking about me. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. But my thing is, when you have to work for something and you put your all into something, I don't care. When we joined this business, we actually put in money from our savings, right? So my thing was, I'm invested in this thing. I took some of my savings and put it in there. I used a credit card to make purchases when I didn't have the money to make purchases. So I'm invested in this thing. So I need to make this work, because I need to get a return on my investment. And even with school, I was like that. Like, yo, I done put all this time in. We not getting no F's. No, we doing cum laude or above. We got to do this because I've invested my time. I've invested a part of my life. So when people get in this business and they do it like a year and then they get out, unless it's something super duper like serious and they like had to, it's like you done spent a year of your life. You spent time doing these lives. You spent time getting people to join your team. And it's like, what? I'm not going to just walk away from that when I have an investment, right? Just like people with marriages. It's like when you have so many years, you're not just about to walk away from that thing. Like, it has to be something serious that it just wasn't for you. It just did not work. Y'all tried everything. You're not going to I'd be doggone if I put in 20 years in this marriage and just be like, okay, whatever. Yeah, no, not going to happen. That's half of my life. So my thing is, so back to the kid earning party. If I bust my butt to earn money for someone else to join, where is the appreciation? So a lot of people get like a little slothful and a little lazy or a little lax when they're not like, you know, putting their someone just sent me a message that kind of threw me off a little bit. But sometimes people get a little lax when they're not seeing results that they think they should see. But, or even not just that, but even if you're not willing to put investment in, it really doesn't matter to you, right? It's like, just like with kids. I'm going to use kids as an example. So when you giving, and I don't know if everybody on here don't have kids, then maybe you won't understand. Just put yourself in these shoes when you were like a teenager. Think about it. So when you just spending all your money getting stuff for your kids, they lose stuff sometimes. They could break something and then just nonchalant like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know. Right? But when they start making money and they start spending their money on stuff and something breaks or goes wrong, O to the M to the G. Like yo, stuff about to get real, right? Because that's their money, that's their time, that's they put an investment in, whether it was time, whether it was money or whatever. So I'm saying that if you're serious about something and you really, really want something and you have a desire, you have to be willing to invest. So that's what she said. She said you have to continuously invest. She said that you have to know that, like, I think stuff didn't start really popping off for her for like 3 years, maybe 3 years. I can't remember exactly how many years she told me, but it definitely wasn't the first year. It definitely wasn't the second year. Okay. And she said every single dime she made, she put it right back in. So I do know that in this business, some people really, really want to see the results right away. But my thing is, that doesn't happen with anything, y'all. Even if you are investing in losing weight and you're investing in different foods to eat and you're investing in different, what do they call those things? Like little dumbbells or weights, and you're investing in certain type of running shoes and all these different things, you're not going to get results in a week. Right? Not the results that you want. I'm not going to say you won't lose 5 pounds or whatever like that. You'll probably lose some weight. But what I'm saying is sometimes people are like, I want to lose 20, 30 pounds and I want to, shed like 3-4 sizes and all that. That's definitely not happening in like 2 weeks. It's not happening in like a month. It takes time for you to see different things, for things to manifest. But one thing's for sure is if you don't stick with something, you're never going to see the manifestation of it. You're never going to see the fruit of it. So you got to stay consistent. You got to stay constant. Consistency is what's going to do it. And that's another thing that she was saying. You have to be consistent in investing. And that's your time. That's your money. And that's even like promoting it. She was like, don't spend a lot of money on frivolous things. Start thinking about different things that you can do. Like, stop trying to get like a whole team and an assistant and all this kind of stuff if your money won't allow for it. And you know what I'm saying? And you haven't made that amount of money and you haven't been in it that long. She's like, take your time, try to do as much as you can on your own. You understand what I'm saying? And she was like, but investing is definitely key. Finding out as much information as you can, knowing what you're doing and being in it to win it and staying there and being constant. And yes, patience is definitely key. And so I already talked about, well, kind of, sort of. I was like, who you're listening to and who you're taking advice from. Like, you got to be careful with that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these people that you're listening to and taking advice from, where are they? Like, what have they accomplished? Where are they? Like, are they where you want to be? You then take information. Otherwise, stay focused. Like, look at the people that are doing it and want to be where you are. All right. I mean, that are where you want to be. And then repetition and consistency is a must. You got to keep investing. You can't say, and this is the thing too. Imagine if, like, you're, like I said, the whole journey of to weight loss and all that. Let's say you start this whole weight loss journey, and I'm pretty sure we've all been there. I know how I have. Raise a hand. But let's say you started this journey and you've been doing it for like a month and you are doing good. You are on the ball. You are staying with it. You are starting to see results. Then you back off for like a month. Then you're like, oh my God, I got to get back on it. I got to get back on it. Let me get the right foods and let me do. It's harder to get that momentum again than to at least even stay where you are before you can actually, go even further. It's easier to maintain where you are than to fall off and try to pick it back up again. And I think so many times we fall off and then we want to pick it back up again. And then we're like, yo, see, this is too much. I don't know if this is for me. Well, no, you just didn't stay the course. And so you're making it harder on yourself than it has to be. And so you want to make sure that you're doing repetition and consistency. And then also she said that the beginning is a little rough, but you have to stay with it. So she was saying that, it's not all hunky-dory in the beginning. It's not all like, ice cream and cake. Do the ice cream and cake. Like, it's not all like that in the beginning. She was like, she was putting 60 hours a week plus in her business, right? Because and what amazes me, and I'm gonna say it because even for myself, what amazes me is how we are willing to go the extra mile for another company to make them millions, and then when it comes to our own stuff, it's like, well, I really don't have time, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and oh my gosh, and I gotta get some rest, and I gotta relax. Not saying not to be well balanced and not to rest, but it's like, we will go. There was time where I did overtime on weekends and brought my kids with me to the job and did all that. And it's like, when it comes to your business, you should be, whatever business it is, you should be willing to do that and then some, because this is an investment in you and your future, right? And we all want to reap the benefits of we want that reap the benefits of that return on investment. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we won't have to work hard, but it definitely won't be like we did in the very, very beginning phases, because as you get going, you begin to get in a flow, and then it gets easier and it gets better, and it's like effortless, right? What else? Investing and reinvesting is vital. And I just said this. She was like, you won't see an immediate return, but you have to stick with it. And then position yourself for success. How do you meditate on what it is that you want? How do you see yourself, right? Do you see yourself? Like, where do you see yourself in the business? That's very, very important, because literally you have to envision in your mind and then like write it down and kind of meditate on it, which means like, you're thinking about it constantly, and you know what you want. You got to know what you want. You got to know where you want to be. Now, I'm not saying that when you first get into business, like, okay, well, I want to be elite, because that may not be the case. But what I'm saying is, when you first get into business, for doggone sure you want to flip this money that you got from that kit, unless you just got in to get a discount. Then your reason for getting in it is because I want all these bomb cute pieces every month, right? So you got to know what you want, right? And make that thing a reality. Make it ever present. Like, constantly think about that thing and write it down and just envision it all the time, right? And I said this earlier too, is be teachable and willing to listen to people who are where you are. Even be willing to invest in them, right? Listen, if somebody is doing a training, like I remember what's her name? Andrea Hutchison. She had something. Now, I couldn't make it. It was in another state. But she had something where she was in I forget where it was, but it was like 25-30 or something like that to go to the training. Then also Myri a couple of years ago had a training where it was some money. You can't always expect something for nothing. Be willing to invest in yourself. Like, we gotta change our way of thinking and our mentality, because I remember before somebody would say like a training, and I'd be like, so they want $40 and this and that, and they just da-da-da-da, or they want 50, or they want 100, or whatever the case may be. It's, what is it worth to you? Is it like, do they have something that you want, something that you desire, something that you feel like will really help you? Then I say it's worth the investment. We gotta get our mind on investing in all ways, right? In all ways. Time, right? All that time, money, all that. And she said, well, I said this already too. You have to be willing to invest over and over. And then this is, I learned from somewhere else, where they were saying, where there's no investment, there's no appreciation. So if you're not investing and you don't have like stock, I'll say for like a better word, if you don't have stock in your business, why would you feel like you got to stay with it? Why would you feel like you got to be in it? Like, why would you feel like there's anything to lose? You ain't really invested no time. And I think sometimes that's why it's so easy for people to walk away. You ain't really putting it in there. You might have like got a kit, got a few pieces, did, here and there. But a lot of times people are like, well, I don't have the money to get this. And well, how hard are you trying? How hard are you investing in yourself, right? You're totally, totally worth it. Like, how hard are you doing it? Are you texting people and letting them know you got a business? Are you posting, right? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's just different things. It's like, we got to get over excuses and make sure that we're investing in ourselves. And because we're worth it, we deserve it, right? This and any other business that you're in. And there will come a time when you can enjoy the fruit of your labor, but you have to get there, and it is going to require some work on your part, some consistency. You have to. It does. And definitely take care of your body and just have balance, right? You got to balance with family. You got to balance, you have children. You got to balance. You're married. You do have to balance. Like, you got to get some rest. And I'm not saying that there's not nights where you won't be up to 2 and 3 in the morning, because we've done that on many, many occasions. Okay. Which is why we ended up going to the new system that we did, because now we're at a point where time, we need, time, you can't get back time. So now we're like, what is our time worth? Okay, yeah, it's definitely worth comment. So, because now we'll have more time. We'll have more time as a family. We'll have more time for date night now that we can get to that point where we can afford that. So that's an investment. Yes, for me, $150 a month, it's like, still, who want to give away $150 a month? I'm just saying. But it's an investment. It's an investment for my time. Right? And then you have, oh my God, this is the other thing. You have to love what you do. Because here's the thing. This is what she told me. She was like, because of the industry that she's in, she's like, she absolutely loves what she does. So that's why she's stuck with it for so long. A lot of times I think that people walk away too, because it really wasn't their zhuzh. It really wasn't, what they wanted to do. And that's totally fine, because sometimes in life, you got to try different things to see what really works for you, right? And I think sometimes people walk away too, because it maybe is not something that they, were like vibing with or were feeling. And so she said that that's another key factor that helped her to be successful too, is being a blessing to others and being able to help others in that industry, as well as, it was something that she loved. So when you love something, or when you enjoy something, or when you even grow to love something, it doesn't really feel like work. Like me, I look forward to doing lives. Do I always feel like it? Absolutely not, right? Do I always feel like getting in front of the camera? Do I always feel like getting up and getting dressed? Do I always feel like doing my makeup? Do I always feel like shipping out orders? Do I always feel like opening up the boxes when they come? No. There's times where I literally just want to, how, I don't know what was that, Twix is like, want to get away. Sometimes you do want to do that, but you have to, it's a mental thing too, and you got to focus on where you will be if you keep going, right? And not stop. And so she said you do have to love what you do. And then the last point I'm going to make, and you guys can get your questions ready if you have any questions, because maybe your questions will actually jog my memory to some of the other stuff she said, because I'm trying to recollect as much as I can, but you know how that is. Sometimes you can't pull on everything, but by your questions it may assist me. But take time to make the time. Yeah. Take the time to make the time. Like one thing she said too, I said, well, how did you balance all the different things that you did? She said, well, sometimes, and a lot of times, I would have to take a day to do a lot of what I needed to do. And then, other days to do other things. She said she had to really kind of proportionate, like she had to plan it. She had to schedule it. So if you know that lives are hard for you, okay, maybe 3 and 4 hour lives aren't your zhuzh. Maybe make time to do, if you got to start off at 10 and 10, by golly, start off at 10 and 10, right? Which is 10 pieces in 10 minutes. But do what you can do. But at least as you are making the effort to do something, then you'll grow into being able to do more. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, even if you tell your children you're going to do something for them, but they got to do a certain thing, because you want to know, do you really want this? Because if you really want this, you can really have it. But if you're going to be just unappreciative about it, then you're not going to really get the results that you're looking for. So with this business, it's like, well, what do you really want out of it? Because it's just like a relationship too. You can't put in 50% and then expect it's just about to be the bomb digger relate. You got to give it your all. You got to give it 100%. You got to give it 110%. You got to give 150%. You have to give it your all if you want it to work, And so it was a great conversation for me, because it just let me know, even in future endeavors, it's like, you just got to stick with it. Like, don't give up. Just like, it'll definitely work out, especially if you're already in it and you're already investing. Don't stop. Just keep your momentum. Don't lose your momentum, you know? So I just wanted to share those nuggets that I got from speaking with her. And of course, we talked about, so much more. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Awesome, Melissa. I'm glad, because it definitely helped me. And I was just like, I just, and I told her, this is what I told her too. I said, I am so grateful that you took the time out. And that's another thing too. If somebody takes time out to help you, or takes time out to talk to you, or takes time out to assist you in your business, nobody owes us nothing. We are not owed nothing by nobody, right? So if somebody takes the time to even respond to a message that you sent, be grateful. Let them know how much you appreciate them. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Send them a card. Like, do something. Like, just let people know that they're appreciated. Like, that's even an investment too. Just investing and encouraging them, thanking them for what they've done. And then if they have really helped you and you've applied that to your business, take time to go back and give them some feedback and let them know that, hey, you know what? Because of you and what you did and what you said to me that day, like, you really encouraged me. You really helped me get my business on track. You really helped me focus. Or even if you just watch someone, watching you, because they've sold into you and didn't even know. You can tell people, watching you and watching your trainings. And I get messages like that sometimes too from people I don't even know. Like, watching your training really helped me, or whatever the case may be. Just love on people that are investing in you, even if they don't know. You know what I'm saying? That are pouring into you and sewing into you and stuff like that. So, yeah. So it was I was feeling so great. First of all, that she took the time to talk to me, and just to know that I'm on the right track, so I almost shifted the bun, girl. But if y'all have any questions, okay, what is here we go. Give me them questions, girl. What is the average time to do a live? 1 or 2 hours to see some results? So it totally depends. Like, in this business, it depends on what pace you are willing to go. It depends on if you are willing to invest aggressively or conservatively, right? Me, I wanted to do it aggressively. So I started off just like being ready to do like an hour at minimum. And then by me working my business and reinvesting all the time, I had so much jewelry to where it was like, baby, we're not getting off in an hour. I'm going to be here for 2. And then I would stay for like 2. And then people are like, I'm like, I got more, but do y'all want to see it? Because I could go right now, but I got more. And they're like, no, we want to see it. We want to see it. We want to see it. Then sometimes I would get a box while I'm on live and be like, hey, we're going to do an unboxing. Y'all want to do it? Because JoJo know, Michelle Willis, we had 4-hour lives on Instagram back when I first started on Instagram, because that's where I started. And it's just, you got to kind of go with the flow. Like, once you get in it, you'll just kind of go with the flow, and you'll know where to go, bars. But you'll kind of know where to go. You'll feel it, So just start off wherever you can. Don't start off trying to do, a 3 and 4 hour live if you don't have the inventory that will allow you to do that. And also, you want to find your own place. You want to find your own niche in this business too. You want your customers to want it, right? So if you start off doing like 3 and 4 hour lives, maybe that's not what they want yet. Maybe you need some little cliffhangers, like, how you watching a movie and then how it ends and you're like, oh shoot, wait, what happened? Wait, is another movie coming out? And you be like this, like waiting for the next movie. Like, maybe you need to do that. Maybe you need to do like an hour, cut it off and be like, y'all want me to come back? I'll be back such and such day. Like, allow them to want you as well, if that makes sense. Like, give them something to want too. Like, I'm gonna use Pamela as an example. Pam said, the more work you put in, the more you get out, which is absolutely true. Now, Pam, this girl started doing lives every day. Okay. And now her people, she literally has to write like a whole book and a whole explanation. I'm exaggerating, okay? But she has to write like a book and a whole explanation as to why she ain't gonna be on today. And they're like, oh, but they want her. They want her to come back. They want to see more. So you definitely want to kind of fuel that fire. You want your customers to want you. Thank you. You're grateful to me. Thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that a lot. What do I consider aggressive? Okay. So for me, aggressive was ordering every day. I wanted to make sure that I did not miss anything that day. Now, granted, I was only at a point where I could get like 10 pieces a day at that time, right? Now, there's some days where so much new releases, I'm like, is y'all crazy? What we doing here? We almost feel like a G today. What's happening? Right? And so, when I say aggressive, I mean as in investing daily, whether it is your time, and of course have balance, right? But investing aggressively every day. Even if you can't, make a purchase that day, what are you doing to work your business? Are you posting on social media to make sales? Like, how bad do you want to make those investments to get more jewelry? What are you doing to sell what you have? If you say that you don't have money to buy inventory, but you have inventory, you most definitely and absolutely, that's what I say, absolutely have money because you have jewelry. And it's like, who are you putting yourself in front of? You get what I'm saying? Like, and then two, what are you getting? Because sometimes people say, well, my stuff is not selling and it's not doing this and not doing that. Maybe your audience doesn't like the stuff that you have. Maybe you need to start posting certain pictures and asking them what they like. Maybe you need to get on Fashion Fix if you're not on Fashion Fix and start posting them Fashion Fix pictures and seeing what they like. That's another thing about Fashion Fix. It lets you know the styles that your customers like. A lot of my customers, I can kind of tell the different things that they like now. You get what I mean? I'm like, ooh, I know such and such is going to get that. Like, sometimes when I'm ordering, I can tell you exactly which customers are going to like what. Now, do I miss the ball sometimes? Yeah. Because I can get like 30, 40 things, and then people, like I sell like one. And then I'm like, okay, next. Right? So sometimes you may miss. But what I'm saying is, maybe you need to, you gotta constantly make sure that you're working your business. And that's what I mean by aggressively. Like, aggressive, putting your time in aggressively, investing aggressively, and you're aggressively maybe 10 pieces a day. You're aggressively maybe 15 pieces a day. Whatever your aggressively is, whatever your go hard is, do that. Wherever you're out of your comfort zone, wherever you're like, yeah, I kind of really don't feel like doing that today, but let me do it. That's your aggressive. And so, yeah. So if there are any more questions, I'm going to take a sip and let me know. Because I absolutely, listen, y'all. We in this together and I want everyone to win. I tell y'all, we are in it to win. Like, I did not name this team winners just because it sounds cute. No, we winning out here. And that's what I want us to do. I don't want people to just join the team and just be sitting there and not really doing anything. I would rather someone not, and then have people that will join that are gonna do something. Because what good does it really do to join someone's team and you just gonna sit there? You could just sit there without joining the team, without spending your $99, without spending your $299, without spending your $499. You could have just bought the jewelry when you wanted to from me. That's why when I do ask people to join, I never pressure them, because for what? Pressure you to get you in here to get another number and then what? No, I want somebody that desires it. Like, I don't want you in this relationship if you don't want to be in this relationship. Nah, I know my worth. You ain't got to come in this relationship if you don't want it. I'm just saying. I just got to keep it real, you know what I mean? So, let me see how long I've been on, girl. Okay, so we about to wrap this thing up. So, if there are any other questions after that, because it's been a minute, literally drop them in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond. But I would really love it if you guys, every week we're on here on Wednesday, and I make it my goal to get on here at 5. So that's another thing. At 5, y'all know we here. I got some winners that they do go live on Wednesdays, but guess what? They try their best to make it if I'm on time, because sometimes today we was running a little behind, but they do their best to get on here, get some nuggets, and then go do their live and then watch the replay later. How bad do you want it? This is someone that's in a position that probably used to be where you were, but now I'm in another position. Are you going to invest and listen? Write down some stuff, go back, watch a little bit later, apply some of that stuff, right? Don't be like, man, she don't know what she talking. Well, obviously I'm doing something, right? Because sales, my sales ain't what they used to be. They're growing. So just make sure that you're taking information from those that, you see doing the doggone thing, So anyway, I love y'all. Deuces. I'll talk to y'all later. Wait. How often should you do wall drops? If you post jewelry every hour, will people get annoyed, or should I constantly stay in their face? My thing is, I don't know if I would do it every single hour, because to me, that would be very overwhelming for me myself. And I honestly think that this is what I used to do when I started doing wall drops, because I really didn't have a lot of inventory to be selling. So I literally sold via pictures and told them to go to the Paparazzi website. I would say do a good post in the morning. Now, do I do this every day like I used to? No. But I'm telling you what I did in the very, very beginning, right? Was I would do in the morning. I would do in the afternoon around new releases, right? Now, you would probably want to wait till like an hour after new releases, because chances are you take a picture from new releases and then you post it and it's probably going to be gone. So like let the dust settle a little bit. And then like, this is if you can't really get inventory, and then post in the evening time, because you got people in the morning that wake up and first thing they do is scroll, right? And then you have people that are on their lunch break and stuff like that scroll. And then you have people that are getting off work and they want to unwind and then they're scrolling. So at least do 3 times a day. But I wouldn't say every single hour, no, because even if I love jewelry, I probably would get a little annoyed. So you don't want to run people away, but if your people do love every hour, but that's a lot. I think it's 24 hours in a day. You gonna post 24 pictures. Like what 24 pictures you gonna post every single day? That's 48 pictures in 2 days. Like what? So you know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you are spreading it out as well. Okay. So that's what I would recommend for that. And that's what I did in the very beginning, because that's what I had to do. I didn't have inventory like that at all. So now I'm about to go before another question pop up. If y'all got another question, I'll check it later on the team page and I'll respond. If you guys are putting questions from YouTube, I will check it out as I can and respond as I can as well. But if you are watching on YouTube, please don't send a bunch of messages in. What's up, Ree? Please don't send a gazillion messages to my inbox, because especially if you're not my friend, I won't see it. It'll be spam right away. And it's easier for me to see everything in one place in comments than to just have a bunch of messages. So I'm just putting that out there, and I'll do better at getting to my messages on YouTube too. So deuces. Bye, y'all.